We're being warned this morning NATO could be at risk of collapse for the first time since World War II as Donald Trump enforces fresh tariffs on 8 European nations who have pushed back against his proposed takeover of Greenland. The president says the tariffs will remain in place until a deal is done for America's, quote, complete and total purchase of the Arctic territory. He says world peace is at risk until that deal is done. And for more, we are joined now by Deputy Prime Minister Richard Marles. Good morning to you, Richard. Let's jump straight in. Do you agree with the US President here that world peace is at risk?
Well, what I would say is that the future of Greenland is fundamentally a matter for Denmark and Greenland. Obviously, that has to be the case. And so that's where Australia stands. And we're not going to do a running commentary on America's relationship with Europe, but fundamentally Greenland's future has to be a matter for Denmark and Greenland.
But this could have huge implications for us. We kind of operate on the sidelines of NATO, and we know that NATO has underpinned much of global order right now. We've got the Prime Minister of Sweden calling it blackmail. Emmanuel Macron has said it's unacceptable. These leaders are actually attempting, it appears, to stand up to Donald Trump here.
Well, look, when it comes to the question of tariffs, obviously our position on that has also been clear. We don't support tariffs, and we've consistently made that position clear to the United States. And we obviously clearly see that the future of Greenland is a matter for it and for Denmark. That's how Australia recognises this situation, and that's our position. So our position is very clear, but at the same time, we're not obviously going to engage in a running commentary of the relationship between the United States and Europe.
Are you fearful that NATO will collapse?
Look, NATO has played a very important role and continues to be very strong. I've been to the last 2 NATO meetings representing Australia, and there is a definite sense of unity when you're at NATO meetings, so I feel confident about the future of NATO.
But that statement, the 8 European nations, they have issued that joint statement. They've condemned this as a dangerous downward spiral. Do you agree with that assessment?
We completely agree with the fact that the future of Greenland has to be a matter for Denmark and Greenland. That they are the sovereign powers here, and that's what Australia recognises, and that's how we see this issue. And so, we don't see it in any other terms than that. We're not going to engage in that running commentary, but fundamentally, Greenland is a matter for Denmark and Greenland.
Minister, just moving on, Australia has been invited to join Donald Trump's Board of Peace aimed at overseeing the ceasefire in Gaza. Will the Prime Minister accept this invitation?
Well, look, we're in discussions with the United States about that. That invitation has just come through. We obviously welcome the invitation, as we do President Trump's efforts to bring about peace in the Middle East. We need to see an end to this conflict and this tragedy, and frankly, we need to see that part of the world having humanitarian assistance brought to it and being rebuilt. And that's what's at the heart of what the Trump administration is seeking to do, and we want countries to work with the United States in ensuring that this peace agreement or this peace arrangement continues to play out. We will have further discussions with the United States about the specific position of Australia engaging on that board, but we very much welcome the invitation.
It is a fascinating prospect, Minister. Thanks for your time today.